on my way to another exotic beach. Flying above the African plains in a small twin propeller plane, we are cruising at 19,000 feet and fly right past the summit of Africa's highest mountain, Mount Kilimanjaro. This week I'm traveling to Kenya to visit Mombasa, a beautiful beach town with quite a history. As our plane descends, I feel the excitement starting to build. For those of you that don't know, I grew up in South Africa and I've spent most of the last 4 to 5 years traveling and working around the world. This is the closest I've been to home in a while, and even though it's not South Africa, setting foot on African soil sure feels great. Mombasa is the center of Kenya's coastal tourism industry. Mombasa itself is split into 2 parts. The north is the bustling main city, but the south coast is where I'll be staying. This is Daini Beach, a long stretch of smooth white sand and turquoise waters. It is regarded by many as being amongst the best beaches in the world, and you can see why. The hotel I'm staying at is the Daini Reef Beach Resort. This incredibly beautiful property is located bang on Daini Beach and is the perfect setting for a dream vacation. This hotel is built in a manner that keeps you connected to the idyllic surroundings outside. On the inside, the decor is infused with the traditional Maasai design elements. And there are even live traditional music performances in the restaurants to entertain guests and give their stay here a real African flavor. Now all this looks pretty great, but the main reason I'm here is for the fun in the sun. So without wasting any more time, I made my way down to the beach, and I was in for a pleasant surprise. Now I know we have all heard of horse riding on the beach, but this, camel riding, this is something I have to check out. Hi guys, how you doing? Can I get on? Oh, it's huge. Ah. Woo. Woo. Who would have ever thought that right here on the beach, my favorite place in the whole world, I could do one of my first experiences riding a camel. The camel ride along the beach was such a refreshingly different experience. And from my vantage point on top of George, that's the camel's name in case you were wondering, I got some fabulous views of the beautiful area around the hotel. As you can see, George's girlfriend is a bit of a jealous one, so she has to come with on every ride. As first experiences goes, this was pretty fun and charming, although it was really bumpy at times. I felt like I was at sea. I'm a little bit... Oh my God! Okay, here we go. You're gonna have to censor that.
Thank you, George, very much. It was entertaining, if anything.
Walking along the beach, I spotted a bunch of guests from the hotel, enjoying a spirited game of beach volleyball, and decided to join in. I've never really been great at volleyball, but it seemed like most of the others weren't exactly professional material either. But what we lacked in skill, we made up for in enthusiasm. The game was so much fun and gave me a chance to meet some other guests from the hotel. At the end, after a very tough fight, and thanks to a couple of spectacularly lucky returns, my team emerged victorious. But only just barely. I am staying at the Daini Reef Beach Resort in Mombasa's south coast and spending the day on the beautiful Daini Beach.
Volleyball was super fun, but maybe not my strongest point. But now I'm all hot and sweaty and I think I need to hit the sea with the jet.
The hotel has its own dive center on the beach, and the folks there take care of the guests' water sports needs. From jet skis to kayaks to glass-bottom boat tours of the reef, the dive center can organize it all. They've even got their own in-house PADI instructors, in case you feel like brushing up on your diving skills. But if, like me, you're looking for a quick midday pick-me-up, nothing beats the fun and adrenaline of gunning the throttle on a jet ski and flying across the waves.
Oh my word, that was awesome! Thank you so much! That was killer. That was really, really cool.
With my energy levels pumping, I decided to head out of the hotel and pack in some of the sights in Mombasa city. The city of Mombasa has a long and violent history. In fact, the Swahili name for Mombasa translates to Island of War, in reference to the numerous wars waged to gain control of this territory. At the end of the 10th century, Mombasa was a prosperous trading port, and since then has come under the control of the Sultanate of Oman, the Portuguese and the British before becoming a part of Kenya during its independence in 1963. Remnants of the city's past can be found in what is called the Old Town, the most prominent of which is undoubtedly Fort Jesus, built by the Portuguese in the 16th century during their rule over the city. The fort has been declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and a part of it has been converted into a museum, where one can see artifacts from bygone eras. These relics have shed light on the city's history and shown the prominence and amazing reach of its expansive trade networks. When the British colonized the city, they used the fort as a prison, and one can see the cells and torture rooms where slaves were held captive before being shipped off to other parts of the world to be traded. A silent reminder of the country's terrible past.
I found myself getting a wonderful history lesson today. I'm at Fort Jesus. This is a fort that was built in 1593 by the Portuguese. I want to know so much more about this place, so I'm going to talk to somebody who knows more. Shay?
Yes.
I have had such an incredible experience here today. I've seen artifacts dating back to the 15th century. That's absolutely amazing.
I think you saw some of artifacts. They belong to the Chinese.
Yes, I did.
In fact, the Chinese were the first to conquer this part, but through trade, not to colonize.
I always find a name of a place so interesting. Why is it called Fort Jesus?
The name Fort Jesus came in this way because the Portuguese were Christians. And the second reason of the name Fort Jesus, just the model of the fort. It was erected in a formula like a Jesus on a cross.
Oh, okay. So this, if you had an aerial view of this place,
Yes.
it would look like Jesus was on a cross.
Yeah, that way.
Okay. Incredible. Shay, thank you so much for taking the time out to explain all of this to me. I'm going to look at this place with a completely different view now.
And I say thank you very much to meet you. And do not forget, thank you very much in Swahili here. We say asante sana.
Asante sana.
Asante sana.
Well then, asante sana.
Asante sana.
I've come to the old town here in Mombasa to do some traditional African shopping and also to see the sights.
The old town of Mombasa is where most of the heritage of the city is located. This area is inhabited by a diverse group of communities. Locals, Arabs, Asians, Portuguese and the British have all coexisted here for hundreds of years. It is well known for its old buildings, extravagant art designs and curio shops that sell popular Kenyan handicrafts, souvenirs and antiques. The narrow lanes of Old Town are best navigated by foot, and after getting my fill of the sights, I decided to take the ride back to the hotel. After walking around the city the entire day, I head down to the hotel's award-winning spa, Maya. I couldn't resist coming out here and getting a Swedish